Welcome everyone to another episode of Palm Wine Central Podcast, where real conversations happen over real opinions. Before I get into all that shebang, how you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Therese, how you doing? You're looking like going to church over there, man.
What about this is good?
No. Just be like, I'm good. Things like that, and let's go. Because we could get into the debate of it, and I will still win.
I'm good.
How you doing, Ray? How you doing? We haven't seen in a long time, so it's only right that, roughing your feathers a little bit. But, when you sit like this, it looks like, you have that church, like that churchy kind of thing. Like those mummies that want to cover everything like they have. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, have you ever known me to expose anything?
And that's a problem. I'm just playing. I am just playing, man. Like I said, we are roughing.
Are you?
Today. Yes, we are roughing the feathers. But anyways, we are glad to see you. Have you, join us?
I think I'll hide my feathers this evening because you seem to be you will pluck it all this.
Well, while we have you, we might as well, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, happy Tuesday to you. Who's next person on my list? Tutu, rich auntie with the headscarf. Come here. How you doing, man?
I'm fine. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
You guys see how she's been preparing for her vacation, right? She's just been giving us different scarves. Like, oh yeah, trying to. But anyways, happy Taco Tuesday. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm great. Can't complain. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. So, Hannah, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired. It's been a long week already, but I'm good. I'm ready for this weekend because I go on vacation.
You sound like me. I was just trying to be different and not say I wish it was Friday, but you said it, so I kept it to myself this time.
I really do wish it was Friday because it starts my vacation. It's my birthday.
Where you going?
I'm going to Myrtle Beach with my family.
Okay. When's your birthday?
On Friday.
Oh, happy early birthday!
Happy birthday Friday. We'll remember to wish you happy birthday.
Go girl.
Yep. Stars are born on 17th. Anyways,
Oh, 17th is a Friday. Oh, your birthday is the 17th too. Okay. I see what you did with that one. Okay, we'll give you small.
CTO over there, just now you want to ruffle my own too. Hey, listen, just give me only this one, because for the rest of the episodes you give me shit. So just let me have this one particular one, okay? Thank you. No one was that microphone that last week because you didn't have that microphone. Where did you hide that microphone?
Hannah had that microphone last week.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. You just see it because her outfit that she has on is a brighter.
The last time I was on, she had it too.
Yeah, she's been had it.
Oh, okay, I didn't see it last week, so I was wondering. I was like, huh.
That's what happens when you try to choose violence. You just don't be see exactly. You trying to. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, at least two hit. One did not. But anyways, today's episode is not for the faint of heart.
How are you too? I hope you had a great week. Well, dang.
Oh, sorry. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a busy week, but I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this one. I seen a few things online that I was like, yeah, I'd love to discuss with my panel, So, here we go. But I'm great. Stock market was some shit, but it was bloody red, man. Very bloody red. It was the kind of bloody red that will make you go and find a chance, sit down and drink some water. But anyways, that's besides the point. But I'm great. So yeah, we're deep diving into the uncomfortable truths about love, duty, happiness, the kind of topics that make even the most confident of people pause, or couples, pause and say, yo, what's going on? This one is about loyalty versus self-fulfillment, duty versus happiness, and what we really owe the people we love. Relationships today are full of gray areas: financial deception, faith differences, emotional labor, and the modern expectations about gender and duty. We've collected some of the most provocative questions trending on social media and added a few that really cut deep. The goal is not to judge, but rather to unpack what love and commitment actually means in a modern time. We'll start with an icebreaker as usual, which is, what is one relationship rule or expectation you've completely changed? You've completely changed your mind about as you've gotten older. I want to say, well, yeah, as you've gotten older, like I say, in the past year or two, what's one relationship rule or expectation you've completely changed your mind about? T.
All of us were thinking the same thing. It's like, no, me.
Please no.
Because I was still, shoot. For me, I would say that it's believing that I am not meant to, like, shit, I don't know how to, hold on. I'm finding the words. You know how you say that nobody can make you happy? That saying, it's the opposite. It's learning that I'm making, hey, English. It's the opposite of that. I'm not drunk, I promise.
It was the hey English for me. Ooh.
Do you get the point?
I swear I don't.
If you don't get it, so okay.
I beg, try again.
Okay, you know, okay, there's a saying that goes that nobody can make you happy
But yourself.
but yourself.
Mhm.
I feel like that's not true when it comes to relationship. I am learning that I am responsible for my person's happiness.
Okay, I see what you're saying there.
Did
Okay.
that come out better?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because the other thing you were trying to say, man, it's like,
It's because I was still thinking it, but then I didn't know how to word it. So I was like that, but just the opposite. That, you know. But I finally got there, though.
yeah.
Thank you for your patience.
Man, that's a whole topic in itself. But thank you for sharing. Tutu.
Oh no, let's just go to Hannah because I really don't got an answer for right now. Let's just go to Hannah, and yeah, I really don't have an answer.
Don't throw me under the bus, girl.
Yeah, come back to me. Yeah,
Oh, and they were laughing at me. Would you?
I thought yours was gonna be more, so it would give me more time to think. But I'm really blank right now, y'all.
I think my own will be patience. Like, as much as people say there's patience, every single day I wake up and I feel like I'm learning. I have to relearn the whole word in itself, what patience really is. Because when I sleep and I wake up, I forgot what it is. And then something just happens and then I'm like, every single spark in me is just going. And then I'm like, wait, what happened to my patience I've been learning for the past how many years? So I got to go back and revisit it and relearn it again. So it's like something I got to revisit every single day. And I don't like it. But anyways, that's my.
Okay, hold on. So what is your rule about patience that has changed?
Not to quickly just jump into what, like, if something happens, not to immediately act on it. First of all, like, it's okay to soak it in, right? And let it marinate before responding to it versus just responding immediately. Like, that immediate response is just, it's chaos. It's chaotic. Just take a step back, reevaluate the thing, then move forward. So yeah, thank you for redirecting me.
Okay, I think I got one.
Go for it.
Kind of what T said, but the difference is, I would say, knowing, or what is it? What's one relationship or expectation you completely change your mind about as you've gotten older? Okay, it's not about me not being selfish. There you go. So basically, like, it's not just me now. You get what I'm saying? It's I have somebody else to think about, so I can't just be like, I can't think about it just solely my feelings. Like, if I'm going through something, it can't just solely be, well, this is how I feel and I want them to just always make my feelings a priority. I also have to think that it's also somebody that's in this with me. And I have to be able to, I guess, compartmentalize, like, you know, that's the word. Yeah, compartmentalize. Okay. Like my feelings and able to put certain things aside and pride and things like that. So yeah, I would definitely say that's definitely changed, because at first, I mean, it's always you by yourself, granted, but now that you're dealing with somebody, it's like, okay, all right, chill out. Yeah.
Wait, to that one, is it just dealing with somebody, or is it just a general rule of thumb?
Well, no, I mean, not necessarily a general rule of thumb. If you're a caring person, then you just care about people overall, but you don't really necessarily need to, like, you know, put people's priorities or a person, you know, you don't have to necessarily put somebody into like first thought or care. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes people be like, it's solely about me. Like I came into this world alone. I'm leaving this world alone. Like no, it goes back to the happiness. Nobody's going to make myself happy except myself. You get what I'm saying? Well, that's same, but now it's like, okay, I kind of have to be nice.
Yeah, because you're up with nice to you too, don't you? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we thank God for growth.
We thank God for growth and therapy.
What the hell's wrong with my camera now? Anyways, Hannah, what's your own? Now you are the last person. You better close us out right. Go for it.
Well, I was thinking, for me, I think what I have learned over the years is to be more open and vulnerable with people, because I'm one that like I don't really share my feelings, or sometimes like if something bothers me, I'm gonna sit on it, or I'm gonna like kind of like I don't know, just kind of try to put it under the rug, and then it'll come out later in a big like outburst or argument or something. So I think that like sharing more about what's bothering me like in the moment, or how something is making me feel like regardless of I guess how I think the other person is going to interpret it. So like obviously I'm going to say it in a way that's tolerable, right? I'm not going to like come at them crazy, but sometimes I think prior to like this growth that I'd be so worried about like, well, if I say this, what if they think that, or you know, what the other person is going to do with the information I give. But I'm learning it's more important to just share what I gotta say, because if it's bothering me, it's I need to like worry about my mental health more than if this is not going to be received well or not. So just learn to be more vulnerable and communicating more.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this icebreaker is already, leading us deeper into what this episode is going to be about. There's going to be a ton of questions that we will ask, and you, the listeners, as well. You can answer, be it in the comment section, or answer to yourselves, or you can take that to your family, your friends, wherever you congregate, and you guys can have this conversation. So we will start with financial deception and loyalty. And as we answer, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a relationship per se. It could be personal. It could be with your group of friends, be it male, female, or whatever. And then, so don't necessarily have to make it a couple thing. But if you can answer in that sense too, go for it. Let's be open and have fun with it. So the first one, the theme is about money, trust, and dishonesty in relationships. The question is, if your partner hid their real financial situation until after marriage. And of course, none of us is married. So these are hypotheticals, and it's okay for us to also answer hypotheticals. If you don't think so, well, forget you. Substitute forget with the other word. Is that grounds for divorce? So the question again, if your partner hid their real financial situation until after marriage, is that ground for divorce?
Not necessarily.
I don't think necessarily. You go first, Tim.
No, that's it. I mean,
okay. So one of you got to break it down. What do you mean by not necessarily? Explain.
I mean, we just made vows for rich or for poor, right? And like, I'm not saying I wouldn't be very okay, especially if there was a bad situation, right? We're assuming that this is like they hit a bad thing because if they were rich, they'd probably tell you. But I don't know. I guess I would be livid. I'd be very, very angry. But I just don't know if I would divorce them. And I guess it would depend out. I don't know. I don't think I would divorce them.
But while you're before T said jump in real quick, right? Just throwing devil's advocate, that goes right there to trust. So are we starting the marriage off on a lie? Or so is that if you're not going to divorce that person still lied to you. So now the trust is somewhat kind of broken and y'all just started a marriage. So it's like, are we starting a pattern or, so what about that? Like, how does that come into play? Because
I mean, everything doesn't have to be a pattern. Everything does not have to be calculated, right? And that's why for me, I say it depends. Now, it depends on how much debt did you hide. Because we're only looking at, they had this much money and they married and all of a sudden we are both millionaires. How much debt did you hide?
Yeah, that would be one of my questions, right?
That would depend on if it would be grounds for divorce. There's a certain number of debt, bet your ass it's going to be ground for divorce for me.
So what's your number?
I don't know. It would depend on where I'm at that time financially.
Okay.
Because
would you leave or stay if you found out, and this is like right after marriage, right? Would you leave or stay if you found out your spouse had $100K hidden debt?
$100K?
Yeah.
To be honest, $100K is not that far-fetched. A lot of people have that. People
I agree with that.
Gone to pharmacy schools who.
Right, is it student loan debt or is it regular like credit card debt?
Credit card. It will also depend on that. Is it?
Yeah.
Car loans, like how did you accrue all this debt?
Yeah, that's a good.
So it would depend. We'd have to sit down and take stock of what all of this is, because it looks like you're now about to ruin my life. We were supposed to be building forward. Now we have to worry about your debt. How much of your money is going to go to pay this off? And so we would need to sit down and
when you get married, is your credit score linked to your spouse's, or like if you get divorced, it goes down? Or how does that work? Do they take on your debt? You take on their debt? There's something.
It depends.
Because actually, I might have to revisit my answer.
I think that thing depends on when you're doing your divorce. Because in your divorce papers, they'll ask you how much debt between you two. And if the person is agreeing, the person is paying their debt. So it depends.
So then my next question then is, let's say that it was more than $100K that they hid, right, in debt, and you go to file for divorce. I guess, like, how do you prove that debt was not, like, how do you prove that they hid that debt from you? That way you don't have to take it on if they're trying to say, no, we should split this.
Because it's clear how the debt was there prior to your marriage. So that's a personal asset. Loosely, I say that loosely. So it was before you got married.
That's true. You don't have to prove it. Okay.
I think finances should be one of those things that you have conversations about before you even go and say you are crossing, the aisle. Or, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, have that conversation. At least know how much debt this person is in. And then you decide if this is something that you want to do or not something you want to do. But most of all, I don't think that anybody, well, when you go and procure your debt, carry that thing with you. You know what I mean? I don't care whether I make more than you 3 times. You're going to pay your debt. Now, if I want to help you, is my choice or what? But you're gonna pay a debt, and vice versa too. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, we good on that. Cool. Do we consider financial deception as a form of infidelity?
Now, what's the definition of infidelity? Just for the people in the back that don't know. Matter of fact, let me
Yeah,
wow,
just
let
Google
You
me
it.
mean
come and Google.
the people in the orange scarf in the back?
You know what I mean? I to Google. Let me come and even Google
I
because
mean, Google it. Don't ask because very soon as that talking about, you just look like this. Something happened.
okay, infidelity, the action or state of being unfaithful to a spouse or other sexual partner. That's not giving anything.
You
A
had to
breach,
ask that.
a breach of a relationship or marriage boundaries for emotional or sexual exclusivity. You know that part, yeah, exclusivity, whatever, yeah. It is a form of betrayal that can involve physical acts, emotional intimacy, or online interactions with someone outside the committed partnership. And infidelity often includes secrecy and can have severe consequences.
I think it is if you guys are married. If we are married, financial deception is a form of infidelity. Because how are you accruing all this debt without my knowledge? How are you? Because whatever you do after we're married affects me. How are you opening countless credit cards without my knowledge? How are you taking random loans without my knowledge? You have gambling addiction. Is a loan shark gonna come for me and my kids? So yeah, I do believe if we're married, absolutely.
So
If
wait.
we're not, no.
So wait. You're saying that if you are married, your husband, before anybody opens credit card account, they have to run it by the other person?
Not running, but I should be aware.
Okay.
And I think that if we are going to plan a life together, I think these are decisions that we should sit and have conversations about.
I think so too. Yeah, for sure.
We should be having, if you want to open a credit card, yeah, let's sit and find out why we need that credit card or why you need that credit card. What's the plan for payment? Because if we have a budget on how the house is going to run, that's an extra income that's going to go towards paying that credit card. So let's talk about it. Why do we need that? And what's that? And how does that shift the budget of the house and all that? So
are you saying this on the premises that you are struggling or that there's money? Because if there's money, then what does it matter?
it does matter. Every penny and every cent counts.
So if you, okay, well,
There's nothing as too much money to not care where your money is going. There's no such thing as that.
if financial betrayal is infidelity, like you're saying, or we're all agreeing or partially agreeing, right? Can the trust return?
You said, can the trust return after the infidelity, the financial infidelity? I mean, yeah.
I think so.
I think you can make it work. Yeah, if you really want to.
Yeah. You just take a financial literacy class,
No, it's going to take more than that.
Yeah, because the trust is gone. So kind of have to work your way up.
You will have to be 100% more. You have to be 1,000% transparent with finances after that. You can't hide away no money.
So let me ask you guys
and that's the thing. See that, and then then it starts getting sticky because that's why you just need to be honest from like what T was saying, because then shit starts getting all over the place now, because now it feels like I gotta micromanage you or check like I'm pocket watching you to make sure that you're not spending this.
You're doing what you need to be.
You know what I'm saying? So then that's when that comes, what it's like, oh, you don't trust me. No, I don't trust you because you already fucked up in the beginning. So now it's like a whole bunch of stuff. It's just a lot. It's just too sticky.
So let me ask this then, right? Let me ask this. Would you be happy with, let's say, for example, your husband or your husband, right, works and his paycheck comes into your account, account that you control, and then you get to manage all the finances and then give him allowances and shit like that?
I ain't giving no nigga no type of allowance.
No, to me, I don't see a problem with that. It depends.
Okay.
It depends on how much trust we have with each other and who's better with money.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've been in a relationship where I was better with money. Now, it's not like I don't consider it as I was giving him an allowance, but it was more of the managing portion of it. Like, okay, the money, this is how much is coming this month. This is allocation. This is where this goes. This is what this does. And this is this and this is, and this is left, leftover money. Now we all both take our percentages out of what has come in, and then you go and you handle your respective business, but I wouldn't mind if especially if the person has not given me any reason to doubt that they will handle that money faithfully.
So wait, is
see
it
why not?
Joint account?
Say that again.
Have a joint account?
I think every household should have a joint account. Not the only account, but a joint account where you can run things of the house. It's easier for me. But it shouldn't be the only account.
So then now I might be actually getting into it. So
see, I used to think that Tutu, but look at it this way. If I don't trust you with all of my money, I have no business marrying you.
You have a point. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
It's true.
My money.
No, I'm for real though, because you're trusting this person with things that are more important than your money. You're trusting them to raise kids with you. You're trusting them to take care of you as a partner. You're trusting them to love your family. You're with all these things. Then you're going to put a cap at money? Really?
It's not about putting a cap, right? It's not about putting a cap. It's more of, yes, that's part, that is part and parcel of it, right? It's part of the equation, but it's not all the equation per se, right? Like, for example, like you said, somebody might be terrible at finances and the other person might be great at it, so in that situation, and then, in that, why they're not so great at it, they're greater at a plethora of other things, right? I'm not just going to go and separate with that person just because, okay, they're bad because I cannot trust them fully with finances, but I'll hope that in the next 3 years or 5 years down the road, maybe somehow, some way, I might radiate something that they might see and learn, and then eventually, try and start managing their finances properly. Or we might probably have, like some people do, counseling or therapy, however it is. But I don't think that just that one thing itself might, just, yeah. I don't trust myself with that shit, man. So.
See, I think that we're both, you're confusing trusting someone with your money versus them lacking the skill to manage money better. Those are two different things.
Explain.
If somebody is bad with money, has a gambling addiction, right? They don't manage. Well, let me not put gambling addiction, because gambling addiction is just on the trust end altogether. If someone is bad with budgeting, for example, that doesn't mean I cannot trust you to take care of the house. We might be running tight towards the end of the month, but hey, I trust that, maybe you will pick the skill up later. That's different from me not trusting you, as in, say we got married and you hit a 500,000 debt. That's a whole different ballgame. If you have not at this point up until now given me a reason to doubt your ability to manage money well, there's no reason for me to just mistrust you. I can't just mistrust you, because that's what I'm saying, that if out of nowhere I'm just mistrusting my partner, maybe I shouldn't be getting married to this person.
True. I see what you're saying. Okay. Let's switch gears here a little bit, right? Let's talk about religion, holidays, and cultural compromises. Our first question here, or a theme question, and then we have other sub questions to follow with that. Could you be happy with someone? And Tutu, this goes to you first, and then Hannah, you follow after. This is a good question for you. You've been very quiet. Yeah, so take this one. This question was crafted specifically for you. Would you be happy with someone who doesn't believe in celebrating holidays
Hell no.
matters to
I
you?
knew that's why you asked me. Hell no, because you already knew my answer was hell no. Nope. Don't. Do not give me no man. I don't want no man that don't celebrate no type of holidays. No. Because I'm very big on holidays, very big on birthdays, very family oriented. So I feel like that's one of an important question to ask, or like when you're dating, how do you feel? Are you family oriented? How do you celebrate your birthdays? Because one thing about me, yeah, no. I feel like if it's like a season to like, I don't know, you just have different seasons to be happy, whether it be Christmas, festive seasons. I'm not trying to be with somebody that's like, oh no, I'm not trying to, I don't do all that. And then, but honestly, I'm not gonna knock. There's some people that their partners are opposite. You got the festive, like hype wife, and then the husband is just, I'm not festive and I don't like to celebrate, but I'ma just, do a little something just because my wife likes to. But I'm the type of person that no, I need my man to every holiday. Halloween coming up. You need to be outside putting shit up outside. Well, we don't even be celebrating holiday like that. Halloween. But that type of stuff, like festive and get into the spirit. And we want to go to the pumpkin patch. Let's do the pumpkin patch. Let's do stuff like that. I don't know. That's just me.
So no Jehovah Witnesses for
No. Okay.
you. Just
Take my
wanted-
birthday. I take my birthday so seriously. It's the day that she came into the world. So why not be happy that God was able to grant you with another day? Yeah. If I'm hype, my man's birthday is my birthday. My birthday is his birthday. So like it just, yeah. I see what you did there, AK. See how passionate I got about that? I ain't joking.
Okay. So a follow-up question then to you, Hannah, would be: can two belief systems peacefully coexist in one home?
I think they can if neither person is devout. Like, are you talking about like religious beliefs?
No, belief systems see, my good sister there don't want no man who is not hype. Don't bring no Debbie Downer around her that would not hype birthdays and things like that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So do you think that having somebody who is not hype about holidays, right? And holidays could be birthdays, it could be 4th of July, going to spend money, Tutu, always spending money and shit, stuff like that, like versus just saving. Some people are just frugal, like stupidly frugal, even when they don't even need to be, so yeah, that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they say opposites attract for a reason. So I definitely think that they can't be too misaligned. There has to be something that grounds them together, brings them together that they can bond on. But for the most part, I think that, you can have somebody who's like super frugal and someone who likes to spend. I don't think that I don't know how well that relationship is, but I think that people find ways to make it work, even if they're opposites.
Okay, then back to you, Tutu. No, how much of your identity is tied to your faith and tradition?
I would say a lot. It's a great deal. When it comes to faith, I think my faith is, I come from what's it called? What we call it in Sierra Leone? The Christmas. You got the Christian and the Muslims. So it's kind of like the identity is kind of tied to that in a sense, because I'm able to, if I wanted to, I could be with a Christian man. If I wanted to, I could be with a Muslim man. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not just tied to one type of person or whatever. So I think that also plays a part in my identity. Tradition is a great big deal as well too, because there's traditions that, being Sierra Leonean, there's certain Salone traditions that I would like to, that make me who I am, that build my character. So I would say that it's definitely a huge, great deal. And it plays a really important role to my identity.
back to you, Anna, to close us out on this segment. Is love enough when your values don't align?
No, I don't think so. I think that, like, yeah, if there are fundamental things that you don't agree on, and you can't move past those differences, then all the love in the world won't keep them together. So no, I don't think it's enough.
Okay. T, do you have any opposing views to that?
Even when the values align, love is still not enough. So
This one. This one. That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay. All right. Let's switch gears again a little bit, right? Let's talk about happiness, gender expectations, and modern empowerment. T, the first question here to you. Is happiness more important than your duty?
I think not. No.
Yeah. What about you, Hannah? Is happiness more important than your duty?
At some point, yes. I think that, I mean, okay, well, it depends on how serious the duty is, right? So I think if it's something life-threatening, right, I'm literally helping save somebody from something, then obviously my happiness can be like put to the side, right? Or when it comes to family, at some point, I think that, I'm doing the duty for them, so my happiness can be put to the side. But I don't know, at some point, I do think that your happiness does need to come first, because I'm living this life for me, like we only get one chance at life. And if I'm always feeling like it's my duty to do this, it's my duty, like I'm always living for other people, then I'm probably going to resent those people. I'm probably going to resent everything that I'm doing for people. It's not going to be from a place of genuine, like my heart and doing something as an act of service. Like, I just feel like it's my duty. And I'm going to be a miserable person. So no, my happiness, it's important. So
Let me rephrase that your question, AK, for my answer. I don't think it's more important, but I think duty outweighs happiness. They're both equally important, but I feel duty. It's one of those things where it's this discipline over motivation type thing.
Tutu, in today's society, I want to say most women are still judged for leaving unhappy marriages. Would you say so?
Most women are judged for leaving unhappy marriages.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
So when we talk about happiness and we talk about duty, right? Is it their duty to stay? In an unhappy situation, like you.
No.
Okay.
I think that goes back to the whole like what we were just talking about. I would choose happiness over duty, because I feel like in order to actually do your duty, you need to be happy, because you're gonna want to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna want to actually have peace of mind and be sane and be able to do it. If you're not happy, you're just like what Hannah was saying. It's just resentment. It's just, I'm just doing this because it is what it is. But what was your question that you asked again?
No, I was going somewhere. I was
trying to tie it back to. I promise I paid attention. I was just trying to tie it back. But yeah, I think happiness is, and it's not your duty to stay. I think, now nobody should crucify me on this. Is just what I think, and I could be wrong, but I think it's when you're in a marriage or in a relationship, the duty is to be in a loving space, a protective space. So if that space is now compromised and it's not, that's your peace of mind that's being compromised. The happiness is no longer there. So now it's your duty to get the hell up out of there. That's what it is. That's what I think.
Okay. So with that said, then, well, I'll come back to you. Just hold that thought. Let's answer this question real quick, then we'll come right back to you. T, is self-prioritization strength or selfishness?
I think I think it can be both.
Mm-hmm. Also,
it can be perceived. I say that when you prioritizing yourself is never selfish, but can be perceived as selfishness, right? But it takes strength to prioritize yourself. Because if you do it right, the people you care about will not suffer. If you are doing self-love, elevation, whatever thing, if you are doing it right, the people around you will not suffer. If they are suffering, you need to go back and tweak some things. So that's what I say. And in sometimes it might be perceived as selfish because right now I don't want anybody coming to don't visit my family, don't visit us. We need time for ourselves. That can be looked at, oh, you're just selfish. You want to keep the baby to yourself. But I'm doing something better so that there might be room tomorrow for you to come, you get. So I think it can be both depending on who's looking at it.
Okay. All right. And then, okay. So with that said, then back to you, Tutu. Let's say, for example,
No, Lord have mercy.
What did I do for you today?
It's about to snatch your scalp.
Uh-huh.
no, we're just talking, we're just talking. So, let's say, for example, you're married, right? You got 3 kids. Inshallah. You have 3 kids. And then all of a sudden, since we're talking about finances, your husband goes and gets into a deal and it goes south. All money gone. Now you're pissed. Are you jumping ship just because of one mistake and you cannot deal with the financial burden? Or are you sitting there and saying, you know what? This was really an honest mistake and you thought this deal was going to go through. And because of, say, the kids, for example, you sacrifice your happiness and say, you know what? I will stay regardless of what and make this work with husband, kids, everything. Like, we'll go and try and make this work. Would you do that? Would you sacrifice your happiness in that situation? Would you let go of all your designers? Would you let go of the G-Wagons? Things like that.
Well, I think it just goes back to what the deal was. Like, if it was like if it was a deal that, he really thought was because shit happens. Like, some things can happen and it sounds good and it's actually a real legit thing. And then something just happens where it just falls through. Maybe it really could be an honest mistake. But I would feel like before making any deal, that just goes back to us needing to have a conversation. Like, we need to have that conversation where it's like, okay, babe, this is what I'm trying to do. Like, here's at least so at the end of the day, I know here's the pros and the cons. This is the risk. This is what's going to happen if it doesn't happen. So that way, while that deal is taking place, we could probably have a backup, a plan B or something, just in case something that does happen. So I don't necessarily think I would jump ship if we have a conversation beforehand. But if it's like you're just being spiteful and you knew what you were doing and you knew that shit was going to be asked, then that's a whole different conversation. But I feel like if he really like genuinely wholeheartedly thought something was going to go through and it doesn't, then I just feel like I'm not going to jump ship. It just all goes back to communication and having that conversation. Like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, but it might could work, it might not work. So if not, then you give them little designers, you want to do a little something. I'm not giving them designers away. We're just going to find something else. But you made the deal, so you tell something at this point because you decided to make the deal. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's just communication. I wouldn't. Woo, thank you for broken therapy because we'll child the old ice to Tutu.
All right. To close that one out again, Hannah, if you chose self-care over sacrifice, are you choosing growth or abandonment?
I'm choosing growth. What do you mean abandonment? Like abandoning what?
Whatever situation in which you're in at that point in time, right? It could be, anything.
I guess it would depend on the situation I was in, but I think I would try to find, like, growth sounds like I'm moving forward. Abandonment doesn't sound bad, but like, I guess if I'm growing, I don't know. abandonment would be included in that, because I would be letting go of certain like belief systems or certain behaviors, certain people who are toxic, you know what I mean? So I think growth encompasses more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. See, I have a question for you, man. Let's talk about love, commitment, and disabilities, right? Leaning mostly on the disabilities part, heavy, right? So let's say, for example, you're married. If your spouse becomes paralyzed, are you staying forever or moving on eventually?
What caused the paralysis? Because that's a very important question.
Okay. Good question. Yeah, good question.
It could be like a car accident, or
Who was driving? Was it your side chick?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Now we're going deeper.
I'm just messing with you. But let's say normal life circumstances.
Okay, I'll give you two. Okay, wait, you know what? I just thought of it. I'll give you two scenarios, right? Let's say, for example, he's into motorcycles and you kept wanting, no, I don't like it, and all of a sudden that's what paralyzes him. Are you staying or are you leaving?
First of all, you're married and you have kids. There's just you cannot be a liability. It's just some shit you cannot be wrapped around. So that motorcycle, I'm sorry, buddy, you're gonna pack that dream. Go and ride a stationary bike. Something.
Okay, wait, hold on that time out. What do you mean by when you have kids, some things are liability? Like everything is a liability, I think.
To me,
okay.
It's not a general marriage rule.
Got it.
Me, if you are riding, now we can go and you can ride ATVs and you can, but you see that whole bike, they be zooming at 200 miles an hour. Absolutely no, you will go down.
Okay, what about this? Your man is on a ladder because he loves the holidays, right? And he's doing the Christmas lights and he falls, and that's how the injury happens.
Oh, it's pretty. I wasn't saying all that, but for better or for worse was in my vows, right? That comes to my duty part. Will I be happy? Probably not. I will not be happy. But I do have a duty. I promise to stand by you in sickness and in health. So here I am.
So what if you could be his caregiver, but not necessarily be his romantic partner anymore?
Why would I be a caregiver to you if I'm not a romantic partner? I don't understand. Do I look like a home nurse, or I don't know?
I'm just saying, like, you said you would stick by him, but if he's paralyzed, like, you're not going to be a romantic partner. He can't fulfill all the romantic things anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Do we have all our kids?
I see, romance is not limited to physical ability. Now, unless he's on there just in a vegetative state, then we might have to probably look at the thing and maybe pull the plug, because I am not looking at that man in that state. But if he's just paralyzed, heck, he can. What happened to words of affirmation? What happened to buying things on? You can order me the flowers online. You can remember my birthday online. There's so many things that can bring romance. Aside, unless you're talking about just the sex portion of it. Now, I probably will miss that, but that's why they have roses and vibrators.
Yeah, but it's a lot to take care of somebody who cannot do for themselves, right? And we're taught, like, as somebody who like works in the health, I don't know. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know if I really could, because at some point, okay, so it's hard. Like, it depends on what the person is able to do for themselves, right? Because a lot of people who are paralyzed, like, they have a bowel and bladder program where literally they have to be placed on the, and someone has to take care of those needs, right? And so it's very hard for someone, a wife, to look at their husband the same after they've been doing all of their hygiene care, after the person, you know, if it's high enough up, the person might not be able to use their hands, right? And that person now has to get fed. So it's just like, I want to say yes, for better or for worse, right? Because that is the vow that we took, but also like in seeing how hard it is on somebody, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I've seen people who they love their spouse still, but that romantic connection is not there. And so because they want to still be a part of that person's life and still help provide for them, they are the caregiver, but not romantically involved because they don't see that person the same anymore. And they're able
Also, are they still in the marriage?
They end up getting a divorce.
And then I come back and I'm taking care of you if I divorce you?
They're a paid caregiver, but yeah, because the wife still loves that person, but that's not the person that she married anymore.
That's interesting. Like I said, it depends on the state of the person's paralysis, right? And I would love to keep that vow. And like I said, I may not be happy about it, but that's where my duty comes in, because let's switch the roles. Are you gonna leave me at the time when I need you the most? It's not gonna be easy. I've been a caregiver before. It is hard. Now we're down to one income in the home. Let's start there. And then the time. We don't know if we'd even have the money to hire a caregiver or something. How much is your family putting towards that? Because that's not just on me, right? What are your siblings and parents, like, what are they saying in order to support that, right? Because that at that point is beyond husband and wife. The family has to step in for these things to survive. Worst of all, you got kids, so it's a complicated place to be in. But I don't think my first impulse would be to run for the hills.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
No, not you, but I wouldn't think, oh, if he can get it up, or he can. I mean, once
I don't know what you're talking about.
You love someone and it's not their fault, sometimes it's hard to just walk away.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm not sorry at all. Look, I'm not the first person to go against the vows for better for worse, right? And I'm not gonna be the last person to go against it. So please, by all means necessary, if the doctor tells me this person is going to be a vegetable for the rest of their life, I mean, I'm not Stevie Wonder to not see what they are saying. No, I see and I can understand exactly what the doctor just said. And guess what? Now beg, I gotta go, because eventually I'll still go. So yeah, let me just go, and then maybe I'll use that Henna's approach and then still come back. Hire a caregiver to be taking care, but
a vegetable is different though.
If I'm the vegetable, pull the plug.
That's what I'm saying. A vegetable is different.
Vegetable is different from from like being disabled. That's a whole different.
So if your wife is paralyzed, AK, paralyzed, not vegetable.
Paralyzed, right? And let's say, for example, they can't do the basic things that they will normally be able to do for themselves. Well, most of all, you can't even read. Yeah, if you cannot do the basic things you can do for yourself, right? And I gotta be pushing you around, doing all these different things. Yeah, but I'm sorry. You can say what? If the tables were reversed, I would not even hold you for so living, because maybe I'll even be the one pushing you away. Because why? I just want caregiver. That's just me though. But I'm just saying, I'm not staying. Sorry.
You can still have your wife and a caregiver. All the caregiver does is handle the things that you don't want and there are some families that do that. And like Hannah said, when you have a caregiver to handle those things, it helps the other person not kind of start slowly losing. You've seen this person like on their feet, strong, that you look up to them, and then slowly that you start losing that when you start seeing them in the most vulnerable state possible. So a caregiver handles that, and you keep your wife.
Yeah. And I think if you have a caregiver, it also could sometimes things like that bring you closer. You never know. You got a caregiver, so it gives you time to allows time for you and that partner to actually like bond and yeah.
Or you say, or it gives a lot of distance too.
I mean, that's true. If you want to check out, then you check out.
Nah, not for real though. Yeah, if it's for better or for worse, I think I don't know, man. I've taken care of some sick people in my days, man. You know, and still feel very indifferent about it. Hopefully, God ever do such a thing to me again, Lord God, please. I beg of you, please. But anyways, I thank you because you have answered my prayer in advance. Not be my portion in life, so I don't have to make the wrong decisions. But anyways, moving forward. Does leaving, right? Back to that conversation we're having, right? Just real quick. Does leaving equal betrayal or honest self-preservation?
Self-preservation.
That's growth and self. Yeah, but me leaving is not betraying at all. Especially no.
I don't think it's either or. You can be, it will be betrayal, but it is also self-preservation.
Okay. So now, being that you said that, right? Or being that you guys said that, is there a moral limit to loyalty? Being that, in a sense that, let's say, for example, you have 10 items in the pack. Is your loyalty, does it have to be all that 10? Or can you give 9 and hold on to 1? You know, like that ratio. Is there a moral limit to it? Pretty much. Just, if you got that knowledge here, you didn't get it.
I mean, in that situation, right? It's not illegal to divorce a person, but is it morally right? I think not.
Mm.
You know, you can go and divorce a person because you don't want to take care of them, and it's not against the Lord, but now we're looking at moral code. People see you. Are you going to be able to? Some people would rather live with that regret than suffer the consequences of being a long-term caregiver. So you start looking at which of these consequences am I able to live with? Which one will I sleep better at night?
I understood it differently. I understood, like, is there a limit to, like, how loyal I would be in terms of to somebody? Like, I understood it as, like, okay, would you still stay loyal to somebody if they did XYZ thing?
Oh, I thought he was referring to the paralysis thing. That's what he said, right?
To be both now.
Yeah, because he said in regards to the paralysis thing, that's why I was referring to that.
So now to that one that Hannah was referring, I think that's a question. So pose your question then, Hannah.
Oh.
So your thought process, rather.
Well, it was like, is there a limit to how, like, loyal you would be to somebody in terms of, like, is there a moral limit to, like, how long you would stay with somebody? And I was like, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That side, I agree with you.
Okay. Well, let's go down to a rapid fire, section here.
Wait, I have something to say. I have before we go, right? Okay, so we were talking about a topic. I had a topic where would you guys? Damn, what was the question? Would you guys do like a marriage contract, right? So saying like, what if you were in a marriage with somebody and every few years or every 4 years you had to renew the contract? So it's either after every 4 years you had to either decide that yes, I'm gonna continue this marriage with somebody, or no, we're just gonna go. Like, how would y'all feel if there was a marriage contract like this? Is that something you would sign? Would you sign that contract, or is that crazy? What you think? I think that was my topic. Yeah, I brought it up at work, whatever. But it was like, how would you feel if your spouse was to come to you and be like, I got this marriage contract and we're going to try this for 4 years. And after every 4 years, we have the decision to renew it or go our separate ways. How would you feel if your spouse came to you, and what do you think about that idea?
Are we having kids?
Yeah, you can throw kids in the mix.
Me personally, Nah, no,
Make it hard?
because man, I would tell you, man, I would definitely find everything in the book to not continue that contract. I can promise you that. I will find I would have a whole document as to why I'm not going to continue that contract.
But what if everything is going good though? You would want to continue.
But I'm telling you, society in itself would not be going good. Listen, everything in its world would tell me I have 4 years, like a president. 4 years again to go and do something. I am not resigning that contract. Forget that. 4 years over, done with. But
So
that's crazy though.
like a test trial. So you're gonna do the 4 years and be like, okay, been there, did that. So moving on, we move on now.
Man, I'm gonna do 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 16 plus. Man, listen, do you know how many 4 years there is for the amount of years that God will leave me on earth? Why the hell would I want to resign a 4-year lease?
But that's okay. So now marriage. When you are getting married to somebody now, then what? Because when you get married, but because when you think about it, marriage is a contract. If you really think about it, marriage is a contract.
Yeah, but your theory does not apply in that sense, though.
Right, but I'm just saying,
insinuating that you get an out, the possibility of an out at 4 years, as opposed to we are walking towards till death do us part. That's two different.
Yeah, that's different. But if so let's take that 4-year contract out, right? Okay. Now if you're married and you don't have that out, do you feel like you would still have that feel? You would still have that feeling? Is the only reason why you wouldn't do that out is because you don't have the it's not
in marriage. There's always an out.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We're not locked in.
But you don't have a set deadline, like a set timeline. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
One is a 4-year.
But here's my thing. We're married regardless of whether we're making this a deadline. We are constantly renewing this relationship.
Okay.
That's what renewals of the vow is. It's not taking people to go whatever and Caicos and wear a white dress on the beach, and that's good and all, but that's not vow renewal. To me, vow renewal is, that part is nice, but it's like two of us, let's sit and take stock. How's this year been, or how's the past 2 years been? What are we changing? Are you probably not the same person? What is changing in you? What is changing in our marriage? What's working? What's not working? Is it time, if you've not had kids yet, okay, what do we think? Is it time to start having kids? Or do we need a second child? Or you're constantly renewing your marriage? You should be doing that anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So that possibility of saying, there's always that possibility of out. But I want that to be the very last result. You are not just bringing that out because you think that you want to win a fight. Because I promise you raise that thing, I will walk out that door and I'm not going to look back. So it's not a card that you come and you wave when you feel like you want to trump. It's not a trump card. That's the very last resort. We have done everything that we can. Then we sit and we decide, we tried, it did not work, let's go. So that out is always there, but it's in the safe. And we both, how you have safes at the bank and two people go in and they need to turn that, it's right there. But if we're taking stock constantly, we get to that point, I think we both will know. Or if one person maybe betrayal and one person gets there before another person, it's understandable at that stage. But
yeah. Hannah, would you do it? Would you do the 4-year?
No, because like he said, what were our vows for? Especially, what are we going into thinking that this is just a trial, or that in 4 years we're just gonna go ahead and dip? No, it sounds weird. Like if someone brought that up to me, I'd be like, I think that, like, in a way, I think there are ideas that could be implemented. So like maybe in our contract, we agree that we're not going to go to bed angry at each other. Like there are things we're not going to do. Like
Like clauses.
Right, you know what I mean? But it's not like an actual contract that we are going to say, like, okay, at the end of 4 years, you know, like, I think that expiration date and deadline thing is weird, but I don't think it's odd to have, like you said, clauses or like statements that this is what we are vowing to each other, right? And like T said, I think that you should be constantly renewing your vows, checking in with your partner, you know, making sure you still have those date nights, whether you have kids or whether you don't, like carving out moments of like you time to check in with your partner, making sure that you guys are both still pouring into each other in the relationship. So no girl, no contract.
I don't know, man. It depends too, like where I'm at in life. I'm not going to lie. Like, take for example, you know, when when I'm have my millions and stuff like that, you know, and going to Billy's and shit like that. Yeah, definitely. If you want to propose that, hell yeah, yeah. Let's even make it short ourselves 2 years. How about that? Let's try 2 years, and after 2 years, we'll see.
Chill. Oh, I mean, so when you have more money, then you feel like it should be shorter.
Just say single.
Just say single. It's given NBA contract for
long-term girlfriends, like just be single.
NBA contract for sure. That's what it's given.
Relationships are 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta do the whole big wedding, save it.
Just have a girlfriend and change them every 2 years.
Facts.
Listen, some people's dreams on earth are to be married. Who am I to interfere in that dream? I'm only helping them fulfill their mission.
Oh, you don't want to?
Are you going to tell her that it's for 2 years?
Am I the one who came up with the contract? They said that
you want to be married for 2 years.
Brought it to me, right? The question was if somebody brought it to me, not me giving them the contract. Somebody brought it to me. So if that person brought it to me, then they already have their own insecurities that they have to worry about that I have nothing to do with. So I'm not about to sit here and be trying to be debating your mindset. You know what I mean? I have no business trying to sway your mindset. I have one decision made out of two things. Yes or no. Which one do I want to do? And in this situation, depending on the situation, I'm thinking yes or no. That's all I'm saying, you know. Real quick, rapido. Is marriage an outdated institution?
No.
Is marriage an outdated
institution?
Ew.
Okay. Yeah, my most favorite one here. Having a baby a quick fix for marriage, or is it manipulation?
Hell no. It's not a no damn quick fix. Hell no. That's manipulation right there.
It is a quick fix for sure, because it would only last 30 minutes. After that baby comes, when that joy dies down, then you're back to your original situation. So yeah, it will be a quick fix because he will hug you and thank you for that baby, and that will be the end of it.
Even at that, even if he will even hug you, like
he will. The emotions might take over. That would be the quickest fix you've ever seen.
And that's yeah. People that decide to have babies now because they think that it's gonna fix something. I'd be like, yikes, yeesh. Oh, you think? Yeah, no.
Okay.
Here's my theory on that, right? I feel like they know that it's not going to fix their marriage. But they do that because sometimes it makes the other person stay. That's all they want. Just for that person to stay. So whether you're staying and not loving me like I need, or as long as you stay. So people don't see that now I'm a single mother, or now I'm so.
How about this one? Let's say, for example, you already have a kid with that person or two, right? How about just having your third and fourth with them versus going and having it with somebody else?
You have to. Why do you need third and fourth?
I was about to say, are they? Why am I adding?
Because originally you're somebody who wanted 4 kids, for example, and you would not stop at nothing to you have your. It's like you want 6 packs, right? And you stop at nothing to obtain that. It's just like the exact same thing.
That's 2 extra people you are bringing into.
Just because.
That would not be me.
Yeah, I know. And then on top of that, it also depends, is that person actually being a father, or is that person not
Even
being a father?
if they are a father.
Because if they're not a father, then why would you go ahead and add 2 more to the bunch?
Who's that?
I think it's still manipulation. At the end of the day, it's still manipulation.
I think it's
The father or not, like if you're just trying to have a baby just to keep your man, it's manipulation.
It's sometimes we women, we forget, we think that, because he keeps coming, it means he's staying. A man will hate you and still not. Put that in your head. They will do that. So the fact that he keeps coming is because he has access.
And you keep allowing
free access to that. Is not, he don't gotta take it to dinner, he don't gotta do the extra work, it's right there, come and do this. So the fact that he keeps coming, it don't mean that he's going to maybe magically start acting right. But he'll come for it though.
Yeah, no, I'm not. You're not about to sit there and embarrass me. And now I get pregnant with the 3rd or 4th, and I got the damn doctor cutting the umbilical cord. Absolutely not. That's not happening. When you should be there cutting the umbilical cord, not have.
Listen.
Mm.
When you go to the tire shop, it's because you want a service being done, correct?
Okay.
And that service is highlighted on their menu, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So for once, instead of talking about the person who is coming to see your menu, just remove it from your list.
Well, that's what she said.
If I see your list, I will keep coming for the service. And most people don't take it out their list. They leave
Thank
it.
you for confirming my.
That's what T said. Yeah, T says because if they can come back, they have access.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they keep leaving it there, and then now they come and be blaming other people. Don't blame. Have you ever put cheese and told the rat, don't go and eat it?
That's true. Yeah.
Now, how did Jerry get into this?
I'm just simply saying that Jerry likes to eat cheese, and there's always somebody who will meet another person's service. Like will fulfill your service. So if you don't want service, don't put in your menu, I guess. So yeah.
See, what to me, let me rant a little because this is a pain point for me. When people use kids as bargaining chips, I feel like you do not take the duty and responsibilities of being a parent serious if you start thinking that you want to have children to fix your marriage. That's not what a baby is meant for. It is not. Now you start having all these, that just them, you don't take parenting as serious as you should.
That's true. Yep.
Listen, man, let me ask you this. If I'll buy you flowers to soften your heart, why can I not impregnate you to soften your heart too?
What are you softening? What are you softening?
Hold on. So you don't let me understand this. Let me break this down for you.
God.
You do me dirty, you don't act right, and then what do? I reward you by putting my body through a near-death experience, having that baby, and adding an additional, a lifetime commitment on top of that, rewarding you for not acting right. You have another thing coming.
Well,
absolutely not.
Guess what? That's what happens. And then, the A word comes in, right? So you have a choice then. If you really feel that way,
this man sat here and softened you up with some flowers. All right, flowers and a baby.
You bring flowers, I give you a baby. What kind of exchange rate is that?
I did not say that I'll bring flowers and you give me a baby. This is what I said. I said that just as I will bring you flowers to soften your heart, right? Why can I not give you a baby to soften your heart? Why? Because I kid you not, there are some women out there that will see it that way, like, oh, this person is giving me, like, bro, like, this is about to be a lifetime of bullshit and torment and all whatnot that you are raving about. But I'm not saying that's a good thing, right? I'm just simply playing devil's advocate here. That if you would be
I hear you.
about flowers, I mean,
you're at somewhere else. Because don't see, first
of all, is flowers. If flowers are softening your heart, then
then that's the problem.
You need higher. You need to take your standards a little higher. Because flowers are just those things that just like, okay, just because. The hell you think you about to piss me off and bring some flowers, and I'm just like,
well, that's you now. That's you, because some people's deal breakers actually are flowers.
Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, yeah.
Some people's deal breaker are actually flowers, bro. Like,
yeah, I've heard of that before.
Are you guys for real?
No, I'm dead. Yeah, like it's actually true. But
yeah, I've heard one or two people that say flowers are like,
like they need to get flowers every week. They need to get flowers every week. If they don't get flowers every week, then it's a problem.
Yeah,
but those people see that's the problem.
That's interesting.
That's the problem. That means your bar is in hell. So you need to raise it.
You know what? Listen, if it's that person's deal breaker, I can't say nothing about it. Man. I can't say it's their deal breaker, it's not mine. So
yeah.
Wow.
I just looked at them and said, for fucking flowers, bro. Like, we're talking about some shit that I could just go out there and just pluck them. That's what that's your deal breaker, yeah.
But see, that's the thing also too. Okay, well, in a sense, okay, I kind of understand, but not really. I don't think that's whatever. But you can't just go and pluck flowers. If people just like flowers, it's the thought that goes behind the flowers, I guess. That's like, I guess. But hey, like I said,
it's not enough to bring flowers. Now there's a whole process to this.
The whole process is a thing. Now you have to go and do this. You have to do that. If they're not all red, if they're not all dozen roses, I don't want it. If
you come with like,
I don't want it. You know what? If you know what? How about you just do the damn thing for yourself and be happy?
If I would get your flowers, sis. Get your flowers.
What'd you say, Hannah?
If I'm hiking or something and I see some flowers and I thought of the person and I picked them, why is that not as thoughtful as me going to the store?
You're getting me flowers from your trail, your hiking trail?
Or something. You said you can't go out and pick the flowers. I'm saying, well, what if you were just out there? Like, how is that not thoughtful?
So wait.
I was out on my hiking and I thought of you. What's more romantic than
you
that?
know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and then now you have problem.
So so you're just coming with the one flower that you saw on the trail.
Why are you laughing like you're one of those people?
I'm telling you that they need I'm telling you that they need dozen roses.
No wonder she was advocating so seriously.
They need dozen roses.
No, I promise I'm not. But like, if you think of, I mean, that's cute. Like I always say, I love an observant person. Like, if I tell you I like something and you thought about it and like that makes my heart melt. So I can't talk shit because I've always said it before. I like somebody that listens. But I don't know, a hiking trail.
I don't understand. That's a sacred moment. That's a sacred moment for me. That's a me time. I go there and I think of you. That's huge.
I'm just thinking like, is it one single flower like you're coming with, like it's just like
that's just okay. So that's just like saying I go on a business trip in another country, I go into a store and get you something and call you, be like, it's not the same thing. Me and you have to we have to be here. No. So why are you continuing?
I don't know.
I'm the same amount of effort.
I'm just picturing if somebody's on a trail. You just come with one skinny flower, like it's just like
one skinny flower.
Like, oh, like okay.
That's why men say they can't win with women because of shit like this.
You know what I'm saying? All my thought process that I put all the love and care I come and present something. You just look at it, one little skin.
No, not even like that. I would actually accept it. I really would accept it. I promise you I'm not shallow, y'all. I promise you. I am not shallow.
I don't know, it could have fooled me.
You sound like disappointment. You sound like disappointment that you have on your face.
No. I promise. No, I love an observant person. If I tell you I love Twix and you out and you just ran and you come back with Twix, I'm gonna jump for joy because I love Twix. So I promise I'm not sure. I don't know. The picture in my head was just giving like one small skinny flower and rocks that are just like, just maybe the flower is kind of like withered and just, I don't know.
We'll be with that by the time I get home, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah, I feel you.
Or you'll be like, oh, my blessing, I'm sitting. She said, that I brought flowers for you. I said, why are they? She gave me leaves.
Oh, see, that's nice. Like,
I'm like, good job, girl, good job. But why are you walking around picking all the leaves on the road, man? Like what's up with that? Okay, let's go wash your hands. Come on, pass.
Oh, that's nice.
Now you call that little leaves. I mean, this little skinny flowers. You crush that kid's heart for no reason. Anyways, let's talk about digital privacy. Is it more important than transparency? Anyways, my question to you guys is this, right? You know, people share bank accounts, things like that. In relationships, do we share Instagram passwords, things like that? Like
in this 2025?
Yeah.
Why are we sharing Instagram accounts?
I don't know. Maybe you could pass away and then we need to post something to your gram that this person is still alive.
No, you can create a new page. Remembering so and so.
Oh, are you guys using the new X feature? That's like WhatsApp, the calling, video calling, and audio calling and stuff like that.
On where X?
On X, yeah. You could do that now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I don't even go on there anymore.
Yeah, X has gone to something else.
Not giving no password. I ain't got nothing to hide, but that also goes back to trust. What do you need my password for if you don't trust me?
There's trust, there's transparency.
I mean, everything that you see on my story, on my post is transparent now.
No, here's the thing. Here's how I see it. I feel like, yes, we should be transparent with passwords, but I should trust you enough not to violate my privacy. The fact that you have those passwords doesn't mean that you would be sneaky about it. Once I find out, there's one thing about, hey, let me go into your what they call it, iPad or whatever, and your Insta, it's another thing for you to be snooping. Now, if you're snooping, I'm changing all those passwords. Every one of them. Let's see what you do now. But I feel like if we're married, we should be transparent. Like you say, you have nothing to hide, right? Neither do I. It's just transparency does not need a reason to. It's something you just do. It's there, but doesn't mean that you will just be going in there and scrolling at will. I don't believe in that, but that's just me.
I mean,
have some self-control.
Yeah, I think it's just, you're right. You have a point. I'm not, because listen, I've learned from experience. When you go looking for something, you are going to find it. So I am not going to go ahead and give myself high blood pressure and stress and hypertension because I decided to go snooping through anybody's phone to find something that I had no business finding. So you take your phone, I take my phone, and everybody just do what they got to do. And we're just going to have to, that's a risk in being in love or being in a relationship. You just have to have that trust. That's everybody is doing right. Because I promise you, 99.8765432%. When you go looking for something, you definitely going to find something. Whether it be physical cheating or emotional or it's just some things. The littlest things that you might not even think is a big deal to them is going to be a big thing to you. Like, why did you put a heart? Why did you no, it's okay. It's okay.
If you have to question every like and every call and every cut that shit out.
Yeah.
Your access is revoked.
If you want to give yourself hypertension, ask your person to give them a screenshot of their emojis.
Their friends group.
No, of their
Emojis?
emojis.
Other emojis? Yeah.
You have your recently used emojis?
What's mine looking like?
Really? Well, people be just putting eggplants and water and tongues.
I just tell you.
You're being really loud. You're being really loud. T.
Emojis. Yeah. You can tell a lot from there.
Why are you using that much emojis? You don't know what.
You're shouting right now, T.
On somebody's I'm thinking. But yeah, there are few. That's just one of them. As if there's a few. But let me ask you guys this. Sharing locations. How you guys feel about that?
Yes.
With your partner?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If we're married, yeah.
If you're married, yes. If you're married, yes. Well, if you're married and then
Like
relationship.
Everybody under this roof will share location.
Yeah.
That would be my number one rule.
So that's a deal breaker for you?
It's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker, but it will be a rule.
Okay.
Are you sharing your location?
I am looking at it on more on a safety.
Yeah. Ika, are you sharing your location? Bug ass no.
Depends.
Oh wow. Wow, you were pondering. Wow.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the situation that I'll share my location, but just in general, that's a fuck ass no, it's not happening.
What does the situation have to be?
Like ETA. Like
ETA,
okay.
you don't gotta share your location for that one. You can just set a 1 hour.
Yeah, if there's something, if I gotta go someplace, I gotta travel someplace, and now I have to, ease your burden or whatever. But if I'm just in my ordinary day life, like for what?
Because people go missing all the time.
Yeah, no worries. When we'll get there, we'll get there. The fact that you think I'm just go missing just because like that, are you gonna send
No, I'm not saying that my first thought is if you don't answer the phone, I start thinking. Now that should not be my first thought. If you don't answer the phone 3 times, I start panicking. Oh my God, let me find his location. See where he's at. Why were you at this? Now, if you tell me where you're going, there shouldn't be no reason why I should be looking. Hey, I'm going to hang out with the boys in downtown, got your few drinks, run around, whatever. That's fine. Now, if I have to always wonder where you are, we got a problem. If I'm married to you, there should not be at any given point where I don't know where you're at. That's not by location.
With that.
No, let me explain. Let me explain. No, let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
If you, in the general sense, if you get up in the morning and you are going to, I know you are at work. Anything can happen during the day. I'm not saying, if you leave work and you happen to pass by the grocery store or you decide to swing by the ice cream, I should know every detail of that. But in the general sense, I can look at the timeline and say, usually this time of the day, he's at work. Usually this time of the day, or right now, he's a happy hour. Or right now, I'm not saying I will go to the very nitty gritty of where you're at, but I shouldn't have to wonder where you're at.
Listen, there's a reason why. There's a reason why your phone has that green button says call. You know what I'm saying? You can literally call. Matter of fact, if your scratchy feelings to know is so bad, just FaceTime, right? The next one next to it is that camera thing. Click on it, and then you can see where I'm at. But all I'm saying is, right?
But see, I'm not trying to do all that though, because I'm not worried. I'm not insecure about where you're at.
And then just wait for me at home when I get back. What's the big deal?
I will wait for you, but you cannot go a whole day.
Uh-huh.
A whole day.
Uh-huh.
Let's say it's a holiday, you're not working. On a regular day, I know your ass is at work.
Okay.
It's a holiday. You just get up out the house, get in your car, and you're gone.
Okay.
Not away from you the whole day and who are you about to give high blood pressure to? Not me.
Okay.
So yeah, I need to know where you're going.
So your need to know is the fact that you must have the GPS location. That's your need to know.
That's what you're not hearing me.
Mhm.
The GPS location is for, okay, shit goes down, I can access. It's not for, oh my God, I need to know. It's 5 o'clock. This man's supposed to have left work and be home by now. I go to your location. That's not what I'm using it
And
for.
tell you where I'm at. Or if you don't see me and you're really that curious, you being the caring and loving person that you are, you could pick up the phone and show me how caring and loving you are and actually dial the phone versus just using what is just simply right there as a location thing to look it up. Because for all you know, I could have dropped my phone someplace else.
Okay,
Are you
what
listening
about-
to what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying, though.
Oh, I thought we were talking about location.
Yes, I said the location is for if you happen to, I don't know, disappear or we need to. I'm not, when I can reach you, why am I looking at your location for?
Okay, I thought you were saying that you don't want to.
No, that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm saying. No,
all of that because I thought I heard you say that I don't want to do all of that. So I was like, huh?
No, because you said that if you are feeling itchy or insecure about where you are, then just call. I'm like, if I already know you are at work, what the hell am I calling you for?
Well, okay, if you know I'm at work, right? If you know I'm at work, you believe that I'm at work and you will not check your phone, correct?
What do you mean check my phone?
Like check to see location.
No, what am I doing all that for?
Okay, so for those who want to not ask questions or not believe where people go and still need that, you guys should stop it.
Well, that means they have trust issues. That's a them problem. That's they need to work on that. But I get what he said because God forbid, say like, okay, whatever, you out and about, and God forbid you get pulled over by a cop. You're a black man, and then some shit goes down, and then you get arrested, and we don't know where your ass is at, and then now it's like, like if you don't come home at a certain time or whatever, or we even way beyond that or whatever the situation is. It's not until we either get a phone call from jail or something like that. So at least like, well, damn, this is the situation. So I get that, the GPS.
So for 35 years of my life, this has never happened. It's just the one time that I've come and made it. Now all of a sudden, this is supposed to happen to me.
Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
Because things like that only take a split second. So yes.
All I'm saying is, it should not be something to raise your antennas about, or that if somebody does not want to share it. It should not be something that you want to go vexing about because somebody does not want to share it. Like it should just be a normal thing, like every normal day. Your phone is your phone. My own is my own. Where is this coming from? Like, keep your own shit to yourself or keep your own shit to myself.
Well, I think in America.
Good luck to you and your future wife.
I think in America, I would share my location with my man.
All the kids, everybody, grandmamas sharing,
everybody
sharing location.
The kids are sharing their location. I don't care where the hell you are. You did, and let me see that location turn off. And you, my child.
Look, I did say that there. You cannot share your own. If you are so worried about sharing something, my guess, share all you want. But don't come and tell me that I have to share my own. Because if I have to share my own, it's not happening. But you can share your own all you want. The kids, of course, I want to know where they're at. But you're your own adult. When you leave the house, tell me where you're going. When you're out about, if I call and you don't pick up whichever, you come back home. Now, you don't come back home, then that's a whole different. We'll start now the investigative process. Okay, police, this person did not show up here. What's going on? Put an APB for them. Oh, they didn't show up the second day. Oh, damn. Hey, kids, your mom is missing, I think, because now she's now home for 2 days.
Your mom is missing, I think.
I think you're just trolling at this point. Let's continue. You're just trolling because I know where you be that cool if your wife is missing 2 days talking about kids. I think your mom is nah. You're just trolling us. Carry on. Let's go because there ain't no fucking way.
I'm weak. What?
Yeah.
How long is it going to take for you to realize that? How long will it take for it to be like, okay, damn, I haven't spoken or seen my wife, so maybe I should check in?
I mean, it could be a minute, it could be an hour, it could be a day, right? It just depends again.
Huh? A day before you check in with your wife?
Day, that own human being, ain't they?
Let me say this like they say in the comment section. Since that man don't like you,
That man don't like you at all. He don't like you.
No person that day.
No, he don't fuck with you
He
at all.
No, he does not like you. Because if you don't even care where I'm at for a whole day.
See, that goes to the next that leads to something. If you can go a day without talking to me, whether you my boyfriend or my husband, you do not want me and we should not be together because there's just no way. Or even the whole okay, fuck the whole dating aspect, but even the dating aspect, if you're trying to sincerely, genuinely get to know somebody and you actually see yourself working towards something with this person, I feel like I'm not saying talk to that person 25/8. I'm saying at least it should be some type of communication where you're at least talking. I'm not asking to bombard my phone. I'm just saying maybe do a check-in. Good morning. I have a busy day. I'm gonna talk to you later and we go about our business. But if I talk to you 7:00 in the morning, you now text me good morning and you don't give me a heads up or whatever, and I now talk to you again now, you hit me up at 10 p.m. now, I'm looking at you like
You don't like me.
you don't fuck with me.
You don't like me.
Because you went that many hours without a thought in your head to think, damn, let me check on how this person, hey, just a simple, hey, I'm here. I'm busy, but I'm here. Simple. But you thought it was okay to go
even if you're not busy, touch base.
They don't like you. I'm convinced. So when he said a day, a day, sir, he's trolling. I believe he's trolling because ain't no way.
Okay, no problem.
What do you think? Do you think if somebody is talking to somebody or somebody's dating or even getting to know somebody, do you feel like there should be constant communication?
There should be constant communication, yeah. But if I go for a day without talking, that should not be no cause for alarm.
Why not? If we have been talking every single day, and then out of nowhere, there's a whole day that goes by and you don't say anything.
Like I said, it should not be a cause for alarm. Like,
yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's an alarm. Like, I'm not gonna panic.
Yeah, but we're saying the norm should be
the norm,
to have a communication every day.
Of course, like, don't get me wrong, guys. Right? Don't get me wrong. Right? You are talking about when you guys are talking. You feel me? That's what you're talking about. Me, I'm coming to a place where I'm already established with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know my heart. I know your own. If I'm having a busy day and you know, being that you're my person, you know what type of person I am and what kind of day I got. And you are sitting there and you know verbatim not busy and your hope and your aim is that, or you're vexing at me at the end of the day that I did not reach out, you have a bigger problem than you think you do. Because you are I'm sorry to say, you are a big idiot in this situation. Because clearly you don't have shit to do with your time. Somebody else is doing something at that time, but you sitting there hoping that they should hear you. You can do the same. You can send out a text and just ease your mind and keep it moving. But you do know damn well that they are focused doing something. So if they're focused doing something, leave them do that thing. And when they don't do that thing, they'll come and check up on you. I don't have to leave what I'm doing just because I need to come and check up so I should feel good about it. Like, yo, if I cannot separate my time like that in that particular moment, fault me all you want. It's your fucking problem, not my own. But I will come back. I'll resurface when I can.
That is not what we said, though.
No.
Before you go on a tangent and start ranting, that is not what we said.
What did you guys say?
No, we didn't say that you couldn't have your day. Go ahead, T.
Hey, good morning. Hope you slept well. I'm gonna have a busy day. If I don't know how that you had a busy day, if you don't tell me, how am I supposed to know? Also, you could not even have a busy day. You could just be out and about worrying about something else. But at least say, hi, good morning. Did you have a good night?
That's a given. I didn't say that I will check in the morning, but I'll go throughout the day and I'll be busy doing my stuff and I'll check in at night. I don't got to check in during the day. If I've said something during the morning, right, which is the norm, right? You say, hi, this and the third, Have a great day, my nigga.
No, so is that every day or?
No, it's not every day now. Come on now. Who said every day? Did I say every? I did not say every day.
I'm just asking.
I should be able to have my moments, like days when I'm able to do that. It's not every day.
That's what we are
Yeah.
We agreed with that. You should be, especially if you and I have got a rhythm going.
No, somebody here said that it should not happen at all. Like I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to be perfect every goddamn day. I cannot be perfect.
I don't know who said that.
Because I didn't say that. Who said
Nobody said
No,
that.
somebody said that. No, they must check in. Like why?
We
Nobody.
said that it is expected. It should be the norm to check in.
Yeah.
But it is okay if sometimes that doesn't happen.
Also,
Now, one day I can only start going 2 days. Absolutely not.
So now you guys are saying it's okay that it should happen one day. Eh? Okay, no problem. But yeah,
No,
so it should happen 2 days.
that's what I'm saying.
This is happen 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row. No. One time.
If we have a routine going where we talk to each other all the time and we check in and this and that, and then you out of nowhere you just ghost for a day and whatnot, no nothing.
No, I'm
gonna look at you. I'm gonna look at you like, what the hell? Like,
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
that's what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying that I say hello, how you doing? Good morning, for example. If it's in the morning, good morning. How you doing? You good? Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, listen, man. It's about to be a busy day. Bye.
That's different. That's
you know what I'm saying?
We understand that. No, that's what I said. Check in. At least let me know, because sometimes I have those days where I'm very busy and it's like, okay, hey, I have a busy day, but I'll talk to you later. We'll whatever. But I'm saying if you, anyways, it's okay.
So wait, you guys want to be chatting all the time?
No one said that either.
I didn't ask you to be on my line 24/7 because sometimes I need some space myself.
I'm asking, like, do you want, like, what's an okay chat, like, during the day? What's an okay chat for you?
I feel like
every now and then. It depends on the day.
And then
there's some days, some matches I was like, you cannot believe this should just happen at work or something.
Yeah,
like a quick thing, and then you can. I'm not saying it's going to be like a tit for tat,
type thing,
but I can just send you a random message, and when you see it, you respond whenever. And you can see it at the end of the day. Whether if you respond earlier, cool. I shoot something back, and that could be. There could be days where it would just be that good morning. Depends. If I'm gonna see you at the end of the day, I'm not too pressed. If I'm in another state, now that's a different set of rules altogether. Because I'm not gonna see you at the end of the day. So it depends on the day and the situation.
See, you should live that, because now I'm gonna ask this. When you spend so much time, when you come back now, boom, what's left to talk about?
What do you mean?
See,
that means that you don't have a good relationship with that person, and that's what it is. Because it don't matter if y'all talk from thy kingdom come, from morning until night. I feel like if you really fuck with that person, you really vibe, there's always something to talk about. It's just always.
On the first gonna be the serious thing. Oh, that shit happened at work. Are you told me you were pissed. How you feeling now about that? How let's talk. Oh, now I'm good now. Okay, shoot, cool. We have a whole relationship to talk about. The call is not just to talk about my day or yours. There's a whole lot of things in the relationship that we could be talking. Or we could just chit chat. Hey, come here and curse your sisters out or your siblings. Curse your auntie out. There's so much more we can do. So
There's
much
different ways to communicate. You could communicate. It could be through phone, shit. Just sending a damn meme or something, or something you seen on Instagram or something. It's different types of communication.
Shit, give yourself time to meet somebody, man. God damn it. Oh yeah, okay. Where do you draw that fine line, Sand, right, between losing yourself and loyalty? Be it in friendships, be it in relationships, or even damn near be it with yourself, right? Because you also still got to grapple with yourself, the thoughts in your head, like T always say, my board of directors, shit like that. So where do you draw the line for yourself? Tutu, I see you cover your face there.
No.
Oh man.
Where do I draw the line between? What was the last part?
Where do you draw the line between losing yourself and loyalty?
I feel like this just resonated with shit I got. Where do I don't know. I just feel like Damn, I don't know how to answer this one. I don't know. I just feel like if I feel like I have to sacrifice my happiness or my peace, it's a no-go. Especially if I'm like being loyal to, I don't even know. I don't even know how to answer this one, honestly. I'm not gonna sacrifice my happiness for loyalty. I'm just not going to. I don't know. I feel like
I got a question for you for what you said. But isn't that the reality of being in relationships with people where their time you gotta sacrifice sometimes?
I mean, yeah, you have to sacrifice, but I feel like if you have to sacrifice way too much, then the point is no more happiness then. Like,
so when is way too much for you?
I don't know. Like, do I need to put an amount on it? Like, how many times or somebody does something to me, or like when is I don't know when I feel like
where. So, for example, I'm allergic to pineapples, right? If somebody gives me pineapples, that's it for our relationship, because I already said so many times I'm allergic to pineapples. If you give me pineapples, that means you want to kill me. So that means I don't gotta fuck with you because you're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
An example like that.
I mean, I mean, I'm quick to dead something over disrespect. I lied. Lying. That's the quickest way. Like I feel like we're at an age where we don't need to. We can be honest. And if you feel like what you did or something happened where it's really bad and you're not able to come to me and tell me the truth, I can't fuck with it. I just cannot, because I would respect you more by telling me the truth and let me be mad. But I would take that as, okay, you actually respect me enough to tell me what it is, rather than, you trying to spare my feelings. Because I feel like when people lie, they tell you they're gonna lie. They're telling you the lie. Oh, I just said that because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. That thing, it's a no-go for me. Yeah, I don't know if that answered the question, but hey, you just going wrong.
Okay, cool. T, what's your own?
I think I draw the line at if I stop recognizing myself in the worst way possible, because a relationship is meant to change you, right? But you can look at yourself not recognize in a good way, but like in a bad way. When I start compromising on my values, when I start compromising on my principles, yeah, I'm losing myself. So that it's not worth sticking around for.
Yeah, okay. All right. Hannah, what's your own? Thank you, T.
I agree with you. Like when I don't recognize myself anymore, when I feel like convicted of like what I'm doing, right? I know how I grew up. I know this is not what my family wants for me, what I wanted for me, what God wants for me. Like I just feel like that's the point when I just have to cut it. So just that, like she said, when I don't recognize myself anymore.
Yeah. When I find I'm getting really heated by that situation or person, whichever, versus just it being a normal situation, I'm like, yeah, man, this shit's not working for me, because why am I just feeling this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, any other conclusions as we close this thing out, ladies? No?
You should share your location.
Share your location.
You should share your location, and you should talk to the person that you fuck with or you like.
Don't let your wife go a whole day without.
Yeah, don't be like AK and wait for the wife to be laying in a dish before you be like, "Damn, kids, I think mommy is missing." Yeah, Yeah, be in constant communication. And it's okay to communicate and say, I am busy. It is okay. We are not holding you hostage. Just communicate. Simple.
Communication goes both ways. If you sit and you miss the voice of your man, pick up your phone and call them too, and check up on them.
How am I gonna pick up the phone and call my man and my man didn't tell me I was busy? He was busy.
Because I think calling is just a natural thing. You don't need to know if they're busy or not.
So I should call instead of text.
Yeah. I mean, you could do either or, but I think that calling carries more weight than texting.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, anyways, any other? And you look like you are eager to say something.
Yeah.
You too, you look like you're hiding something. You sure? Okay. Well, anyways, guys, we faced some of the hardest questions about modern love, how far commitment should go, when duties end, and where self-fulfillment begins. So, if anything you heard tonight, or in this episode rather, if anything made you pause, good. You know what I mean? You should rethink. Share a location, like they said. Yeah.
I have a question.
Wait, go for it.
Why do people that have kids be like, my child is 52 months? Like, why do we?
It's not just about kids. It's just everything in general.
Why do we do that? That really grinds my gears. Like, my child, I just saw something and was like, my child is 13 months. Why? When do we stop?
After 24 months, then it's just like
even that. Why do we need to say 24 months?
Because they develop so quickly. You know, they have these.
They have developmental stages when it comes to kids, and it goes by months. So anybody usually under 2 is identified in those developmental stages. So if you go and you say your child is 1 year in terms of, from what I've understood, in terms of developmental progress, 1 year is different from 13 months, if that makes sense. So they have these milestones they have to hit at certain months. So it's easier for parents to just go by those months.
Man, I be saying that thing. I met somebody today and the lady was like, yeah, my child is like 28 months. And I said, first of all, I'm sitting here trying to do the math in my head. Like, I don't have the time for that to be doing. Like, just say how old the child is and call it a day. I'm not about to be doing that with you.
When you be a parent, you start doing the math that way too. Don't worry, it's coming.
I ain't never done that shit.
You're mad. You don't count.
Yeah.
We always have a goddamn thing that, like for example, why shouldn't it count? They tell me every day, on 24 months, on 13, 15 months, I'm like, dude, just say 1 year and this, 2 years and this. Life easy. Matter of fact, the other day somebody said that. I said, you know what? Let me really piss this person off since they want to piss me off. I said, please, how many years and months is that? And they could not convert it. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Why are you telling me this shit where you could not convert it?
Thank you. Because the people that be saying them numbers, they don't even know how much it is for real. So it's like you doing all this. Like,
break it to my calculator.
Okay, would you like? Okay, do you know? Could you say how many months?
How many months
AB is?
I can't even lie to you. I can't even lie to you, man. I know she's
1, right?
She's a year and some months after.
So yeah. How much?
Wait, is she not 2?
No, sorry, she's 2 and sorry.
You see?
2 and plus. Sorry.
How old is
I mean, the years you don't even know. Which one they?
That's a typical dad move. Dads never know how old their kids are. No, for real, dads never know how old.
And more than a half.
2.5. 2.5. So what's 2.5 in months?
4 plus 6. 30.
30, yeah. 30.
Who has time to sit there and say all of that?
Well, you could divide 30 by 12.
She's 2.5. We're just gonna go with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's that decimals that always get me, man.
That's funny. He said he didn't even know how. Dads don't never know how old their kids are.
I was
years.
I was having it's been a long recording. I was just having a long recording moment.
Let's blame it on the recording. Okay.
You have like moments where you just blank out,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But thanks for the correction though. I said, what? God, man. Yeah.
Well,
Like I said,
all I have.
if anything you heard in this episode jumps at you and you pause, good. That's the point. Real love grows in uncomfortable truths. Continuous conversation using hashtag palmwine talks. Yeah, on Instagram and X and all the other places, And don't forget to subscribe, hit that subscribe button for weekly notifications. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other streaming platforms. So until next time, got my good ladies, Hannah, Tutu, Therese, and we are Palm Wine Central Podcast. Until next time, keep your mind open, wear your glasses, keep your glass full, and yeah, peace. We outie.
Birthday, Hannah.
Birthday.
Ooh.
Aha.